Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next review for Anime Month. And I'm reviewing the next, the first movie of the series. And this one here, I'll be reviewing of the first movie of the Sailor Moon series, Sailor Moon R, the movie, which takes place during the season of Sailor Moon R, obviously. Released in Japan in 1993. So now while ago I reviewed Sailor Moon. I did a retrospective review of it. I loved. Let's really get really quick to just recap. That I loved Sailor Moon growing up. It was a childhood cartoon of mine. Especially watching at the same time, watching with Pokemon as well. And then shortly Yu-Gi-Oh came in though, but it was mainly Sailor Moon and Pokemon. So, and I love Sailor Moon a lot growing up, and I always loved the theme, fighting evil by moonlight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. But yeah, I've always loved especially the theme alone is one of my all-time favorite themes, and ever since I just always enjoyed Sailor Moon. I've showed you what I did in my retrospective review. I show what I collected so far. So, and I had a lot since then. So, but. Yeah, Sailor Moon I've always been a huge fan of. Especially, the original English dub. But I never was really a big fan of the redub they did for Viz. So this is what, you see the company right there, Viz right there. They did the redub for the series. To me personally, I was not a fan of. I just preferred what the original English dub was. But sadly, though, that's one of the issues I have with it, though, because, yeah, I call me old-fashioned, though, but I've always preferred the original English dub from the cartoon series. So, yeah, this the movie series with this and the other two ones. It's the redub one, sadly. Apparently, I guess the one they did the original one with the original release of this. For the original English dub, I guess it's out of print now, so it's probably very hard to find, or rarely. If it is, it'll cost a lot of money, though, sadly. God damn, man. Every time I start doing videos, my freaking nose starts acting up. God dang. It was perfectly fine when I was watching, and then before doing this, and then I started doing it, and also my nose starts running now. God dang. Such a freaking habit. I don't know why. Just like clockwork, it's like, hey, you talk about Sailor Moon with this redub. Don't do it. Yeah. So. Yeah, but watching. Okay, first of all, watching. Yeah. It's the redub for Viz. I'm not a really big fan of this, because it was for me watching this, and the other ones. It's hard for me to sit and watch because I've been so used, watching the original English dub, growing up, and enjoying the original English dub. It's just here after years later, hearing a redub of especially with the little bit clips up from the series, and then this. It's hard for me to get into it, I know, but there are people who enjoy the fans of the redub. I don't hold anyone against that. People like the Viz redub. That's fine. But I never said they're not bad. They're not bad dubs. I mean, they were my cup of tea. I just prefer the original English dub voice from Deke. So, give me a second here. Sorry, I had to cut there because, I had to quickly blow my nose, because if I do it, my nose is coming right on to keep wiping, and no one wants to see that. That's disgusting, so I had to really take a quick and just blow my nose really quick. But anyway, sorry about that. But as I was saying, if people like the redub for Viz, that's fine. I don't hold anything against that. But it's just me. I just prefer the original English dub. But anyway, just putting that matter aside, yeah, but it was hard for me to sit through and watch, because I've been so used to the original English dub. So, but other than that, though, besides the dub aside, for the film itself, story wise, how it goes, it opens up with a young. Now that's another thing. If you go by how the other Japanese names were in this, though, I'm just gonna say them as the English names were. So, like if it's a Tuxedo Masker, the guy's name is Mamoru. I'm just gonna call him by the English name Darien. So I'm just gonna call him just so that there's no confusion or anything. I'm just call how I wrote the English names they were. Okay. Yeah. So Darien. It opens up with a young Darien. When he was a little boy, he gave a rose to this other boy by the name of Fiore. And he said that when he comes back, he'll give him a much nicer flower when next time he comes back. And of course, now fast forward to the time of present at hand here, with Serena, or was Usi? I forgot how I pronounce the name for Serena was, but that's why I prefer to see the English names, because that's that way there's no confusion here. But so Serena and the rest of the gang with Darien and Rini is there with them as there, and they go to this nice flower garden, and the part where Serena wants to kiss Darien, and all the rest of the gang, they're all spying to see her do it, but when Darien leaves, they put a caterpillar in front of her as a joke. Then it starts reading flower petals, and then Fury shows up and say, "Hey, Darien, it's been a while. Nice to see you again, and I kept our promise." At first, Darien doesn't remember who he is, because it's been that long. And of course, now the thing is, though, as the way it plays out for this character Fiore, how the way it goes, how he's so getting on his promise to bring a flower to Darien, and even so it's like, hey, you can get your own. He's my Darien, basically. We already get the sense feeling that this guy here, Fiore, he kind of likes Darien. Just the way this character plays out, I mean, to the point where he holds, where he carries Darien away from Serena when they disappear. He carries Darien away from Serena. Yeah. I mean that's not the first time. Right, because we know what the relationship between Sailor, Neptune, and Uranus. For the original dubbing, right, the Japanese dub, they like it. They're into each other. You could clearly see that even with the English dub, but they rebranded it. They're cousins, but. But the other original Japanese dub, they were not. They really liked each other. So that kind of plays out with that same thing with this. So yeah. So this character Fiore, he likes Darien. Now, am I really all bothered by it? Well, I know what's going on because it takes me like 5 seconds to even notice that, though. But am I bothered by it? Not really. And if that's how it plays out, that's how it plays out. So nothing for me to complain about. So, but then the next time, when they're like the next day. Then they see all these people laying in the streets, and they're being controlled. They have these vines all over them, but they're being controlled by this flower. and Ray, Sailor Mars, disables the people, frees with her talismans. Then that one flower comes alive. They fight the Sailor Moon and the gang. But you get a little bit more violence, like that we saw in the I'll give this. So it gets a little bit more. There's a little more violent to it than they did in the show. Like our heroes, they get thrown through windows. Right through straight glass windows, and one gets thrown into a glass telephone booth. Well, that was Sailor. That was Jupiter that gets thrown into a telephone booth. That was Alita. And the other girls get thrown into through glass windows. And there's also with the English voice with the redub. With the redub dub. We hear Alita, Sailor Jupiter. We say "damn you," "damn you," right? I guess the first time I heard her swear word in the Sailor franchise. Well, I guess what's with the re-viz dub, I guess. I haven't heard it with the original dub, so. But okay, damn you. But eventually they defeat the plant because they were sucking all the energy out of the people, and when they try to suck all the energy out of them, they defeat it. And then Fury shows up, tries to suck their energy out of them, tries to attack them, but then Tuxedo Mask shows up. And he knows that Fury knows that that's Darien, and he remembers who he is as well. But this particular flower, I think he has on this like he has right here, it's an evil type of flower. It's basically controlling his mind. It's controlling his mind, thinking that Sailor Moon, that Serena, is tricking her. He's deceiving Darien. Because basically she took Darien away from him. So he tries to stab her, but Darien, takes the blow. Yeah, he took the hit. Okay, I didn't see it come out that way, but he took the hit. He gets injured and takes Darien away from him. That's why he carries him in his arms, takes him away from him to this asteroid that's coming to Earth. So then they all use their powers to oh god. First of all, it's not freaking yawning now. God damn. Am I talking myself to sleep here? Jesus Christ me. Wake up here. But they teleport to the asteroid, and it's covered with flowers. They try fitting up all these flowers though, but it's doing no good. But they all multiply into one. They take the four Sailor Scouts and sucking all the energy out. But Fury tells Sailor Moon to drop her Sailor Rod, her rod, right? To put it down, and what she does, because even though Sailor Moon, Serena, she's always like a sometimes acting ditzy, crybaby, whatever. But she does have a good heart, she does have a pure heart, So she does, but she cares about her friends. She cares about their friendship. That's the thing, That's the thing. A lot of people over the years, they give the character so much shit because she's a crybaby all the time. She's a crybaby. She's always running away and all that. But I think it's different because does every hero always have to be? Does it always be a straight up always sort of courageable or always start straight out heroic all the time? Sometimes I think sometimes it's time to go to do it like a different way. Yeah, she cries a lot and runs away sometimes though, but as long as she cares about her friends and does have a very good heart about it, I can let that go. And when she does, she drops the weapon because she cares about her friends, and they get let go. And but the guy's mind is being corrupted by that flower again, so she takes all of her energy out, and then Darien stabs him with a flower, and they all pass out, and also he just reminds that Fury's trying to remind everyone about about being lonely because even before and after he met Darien, he's always been alone. I don't know where he came from, and Darien was the only thing that in his life that was worth a shit, basically. And he's been alone, so he was just trying to show basically all the girls they each have their own little flashbacks before they met Serena, how lonely they were by themselves. And then afterwards, there was another flashback how fun their lives were with Serena around, showing that they're not alone anymore because they have the friendship they share with each other. And they say that that we're not alone because it wasn't for Serena, we would have been alone. And he comes to realize that, and then all the flowers disappear because originally his plan was all the flowers in that asteroid to send down to Earth to drain all the energy out. But they all disappear because of that. And then Serena uses her Imperium Silver Crystal to vaporize the evil flower. Then eventually he does too. Fury does too. Now, but in order to stop the asteroid, though, she has to use the power of the silver crystal to stop the asteroid from going to Earth, and it's going to take she'll basically die because of this. But the girls say don't do it, but they know the power and they need to stop. She does what she needs to do. So, and like I said with Serena, like she knows what, even how we feel about how she is though, but she does do the right thing. She has a good heart for her friendship, and then she knows how to do the right thing, basically, still. And eventually, she drains all her power out. The asteroid is diverted from Earth, and then, but sadly, she dies then, and saying, you're not supposed to die without us, and Fury reappears and gives Darien, like, some of the stuff from this flower, basically the rest of his life source, and he uses that to kiss Serena and brings her back. The power of love, triumphs all. So yeah, so kisses her, she wakes up, and they're all happy, and it ends with them just on the asteroid drifting away from Earth. I'm like, okay, you can get off that thing now because you can get off the asteroid because it's going far away from Earth though. So you can use your teleportation to go back there now. And so yeah, the film is not that long at all. It's only just 60 minutes. It's only an hour. Well, without end credits, it's 58 minutes. So it's a very short movie. But yeah, Sailor Moon R the movie, or is it called what was it, Promise of the Rose? Yeah, the Promise of the Rose. So that's for the Viz dub title. So I liked it. Now, would I prefer the series better? I do, but like I said before, it was hard for me to watch it because I was hearing this is the Viz English dub, the redub you can say. But if people like the re-English dub from Viz, that's fine. There are a lot of people that do. That's cool. I just prefer the original English dub. Call me old-fashioned, I know, but I always enjoyed the original English dub. Mostly all the English dub. Well, I know from the series, the voice of Serena has changed over time, though, from the course of the TV show. But still, it's still the same voice throughout the. Well, they stuck with the same voice like through the rest of the series. There was like one. There was like I think there was one. There was two. Yeah, there was one voice, and the other voice was like the rest of the series. So, but for the rest of the cast, was the original dub was still the same voice. I just prefer that original English voice. So. But that was like the main issue for me. I know it's gonna be the same thing for the other movies though, so I don't have a right to complain about that though. But like I said, the dubbing of this is not bad at all. I just prefer the original is my preferred cup of tea. I'm sure a lot of fans of the series would say the same thing. You know, I'm sure they also would rather prefer the original English dub. If not, they prefer this dub as well. So I'm being fair on both sides here. So, because if people like the original dub like me, that's good. And if people like the second redub, that's fine too. But yeah, but as for the movie itself, I liked it. I wasn't totally wowed by it though, but I still liked it. As a fan of Sailor Moon, I still liked it. I was surprised it was a short movie too, just like about an hour long. And well, the animation as well, the remaster, it's been remastered. I can see that, and the updated from how it was from back then, it's much cleaned up, I would say. So it's nice to see that too, the animation being cleaned up as well. And I forgot to mention, yeah, because speaking with the dub, the opening, as the beginning of this film, how it does like the opening theme. Sadly, though, it's not they don't use the classic the theme that everybody loves. You know, Fighting Eagle by Moonlight. It's the other original version, you could say, as well. So that's another thing. It's just like I'm just here sitting like, that's nice, but I just rather listen to the original English dub playing through this opening. But that's just me. But Sailor Moon are the movie, The Promise of the Rose. I liked it still, worthy of it because I'm a huge fan of Sailor Moon, so I will still say it's worthy still. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the first movie, R. Now stay tuned for reviewing the second movie of S. But yeah, and by the time we review the last movie, I'll give my thoughts on which one I like better. So I'll say that for the last movie. So I'll wait till I say which one of the movies I prefer better. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Sailor Moon R the movie. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next review. Later.